Blog Talk Radio.
Please bless this space, this sanctuary, our beloved. Please bring us peace and protection. May all who enter be nourished with love. Hallelujah. Amen. Oh, blessed be allowing. Hallelujah. Amen. Oh, blessed be Solim. Please bless this day, sanctuary, all around. Beloved, bring us peace and protection. May all who enter be nourished with love. Hallelujah.
Aloha. Good evening. This is Andrew Aloha live at the Sedona School of Temple Arts, establishing and maintaining right relationships through human value on freeconferencing.com and Blog Talk Radio. Anyhow, I want to welcome you, and I want to thank you for being here. Well, tonight we're here with interviewing with Tamara Rodriguez. Now, is that how we're calling you, or is there a different name that we're calling you by, Tamara?
That's it. That's my name, Tamara Rodriguez, or Tamara Rodriguez, whatever language you're using. But in any case, it's Tamara Rodriguez at your service. Yes. So that is the name I was born with, and that's the name I stay with.
Tamara Rodriguez. Okay, thank you very much.
If we want to go into a Sofia Vergara mode, you can do the Tamara Rodriguez. But if we want to get in a more democratic, way, you can definitely call me Tamara or Tammy, whatever.
Long as it starts with a T, I guess. Huh? Well, anyhow, I want to thank you for being here, and we have a lot to talk about. I remember I think we initially connected with each other on YouTube, and somehow we started getting a connection going, and then I don't know, we talked about some different things, and then finally we decided, well, why don't we just do an interview? That seemed to be like the easiest way to work with you. So I thought that'd be a good idea. So, anyhow, you're here, and you're all the way out in Boston, Massachusetts. Is that correct?
That is correct. I'm in my last semester in Berklee College of Music, currently studying songwriting and performance, and I will be graduating this May, which makes it very, very, it's a huge step, and it's just I can see the rainbow. I can, feel things in the air that have changed, and I can really, really see that this is the next step I'm taking, and I have really, really appreciated what I've learned in Berklee.
Awesome,
But yeah,
awesome.
like you said, I'm certainly doing this for a long time now, and Berklee was just one of, a period of my time where I took time to really focus on technique and learning from others and learning from the musicians of the world and learning from the music of the world and approaching it in a very, conceptual music school theory learning. And it was a great experience, really. It taught me lots of things. I learned, a bunch of stuff and a whole bunch of, culture talk things and people and the way, that people change with music and the way music affects your life. And, it's a very blessed stage of my life, for sure.
Awesome. And we're going to go into detail in terms of where you, who Tamara is, and where you're coming from and what your future is. And we're going to go and talk about a lot of that stuff because the amazing talent that you present, it was just astounding to me. So, and I really appreciate it, and so I wanted to do something to help expand that. So, but right now, what I want to do is introduce tonight's underwriters, beginning with the Sedona School of Temple Arts at www.sedonaschooloftemplearts.org. The Sedona School of Temple Arts cultivates sexuality and conscious education for practitioners, teachers, members all across Northern America. It will be hosting its 11th annual conference on sexuality and consciousness from the 4th to the 6th of May in Sedona, Arizona. Check the website for ticket purchases and packages. It is also the home of Spirit Films Productions at 2945 Southwest Drive. You can stop by and visit us during live show presentations, share some love, intimacy, and Kodak moments. Check the calendar, the Divine Events page, and the Sedona Events page for local functions, times, and dates. And we also have Revitalized Biogenic Water at www.revitalizedbiogenic.com. Born out of the Soviet space industry, Revitalized Water, the product of 30 years and billions of dollars of Russian research, is believed brings about more of the science of water together in one product than any other water available today. The well-defined, perfect crystal-shaped water enables rapid absorption and usefulness by our cells. It increases your osmotic drive by imprinting the water with a high-amplitude frequency that assists the cells with a healthier foundation for nutrient uptake and release of toxins. It speeds up the delivery of nutrients into the cells, potentially increasing your energy. And then we have Stephen West at www.powerheal.com. By divine design, you can power heal yourself. Do you or any of your loved ones suffer from pain, depression, stress, cancer, obesity, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, AIDS, inflammation, tumors, arthritis, broken bones, head injuries, or anything else? Do you want peace, love, joy, energy, fun, endurance, power, or inner beauty that is truly coming from within as well as without? Fast, proven, successful, and safe power heal methods through zero disease can help you stop pain, loss of energy, and disease in less time than taking pills. And then we have Neil Baker at www.neilbakerpsychic.com. Neil Baker tunes into your vibrational energies, translates them with his talents as a psychic. He gets to the core of specific issues, providing you with deeper meanings and understanding and a course of action to follow. He tunes into the content of your soul, evaluated in terms of past life events and present life circumstances. He determines the even deeper-rooted layers of information that reveal meanings behind our present life connections and their ultimate outcome. And then we have Monica Ruiz at www.psychicmediummonica.com. Monica Ruiz recently began her profession as a psychic medium and master Reiki healer in Houston, Texas. Although she's been accustomed to this activity since she was 3 years old, when she literally saw a ghost or boogeyman in her grandmother's closet. In her spare time, Ruiz also works as a nurse. And then we also have Lori Larch at www.femininewisdom.com. Sacred sexuality educator Lori Larch is a natural teacher who will guide you on a journey that integrates both ancient Eastern esoteric practices with discoveries in Western medicine and science. She has developed a unique approach to healing and empowering others. She knows her subject intimately. She listens mindfully and thoughtfully to each individual, cultivating the life force to help discover their bliss. And then we have Tamara Rodriguez at www.tamararodriguezonlinenet.net. What's your website?
No. Almost. It's www.tamaraonline.net. For all of you who want to follow me and get a little bit more information, my biography, my links to my other sites such as Facebook, YouTube, the old MySpace resource, all that you can get, and pictures and more. And that's it. Should I say it again? www.tamaraonline.net.
I thought you said it was tamaraonline.net.
What? Tamaraonline.net. Either one. But it's Tamara.
Well, I tell you what. Well, I do. You know what I want to do? I'm going to go ahead and play I Talk to You Italiano. Now, and then we're going to come back and we're going to talk to you about some of your discoveries and some of your background. But before we do this, I Talk to You Italiano. How did this come about? Just give us some background on this.
So it's just like the lyrics say, you know, I talk to Italiano, and what means from that, you know, it's all about meeting someone and playing on that, you know, in the girl's point of view, you know, we always make the Italians kind of the platonic love interest. So I love the play on words, I talk to Italiano, just because it's like a T sound. And it's basically a very fun song about having encountered, you know, a rush of emotions from speaking to somebody that speaks in another language, and that's, you know, sensuality, and you are very, very, you know, you wanna take power into hands, and you wanna seduce this man or Italiano, whatever the Italiano is, and then it takes us to the club scene. It takes us to the normal, you know, club happy area where women, in this case, have control and fun. After all, it's a very fun song, and it's basically, you know, interaction with different cultures and interactions with different languages, and the emotions that come with, you know, meeting people from different parts of the world, and trying to speak their language, and getting all that, you know, that side of like, I really want to speak your language because I'm really attracted to how it sounds and what you look like and what you're doing. So yeah, it's all about that. It's about just a club experience with a different take on the lyrical point of view.
Now, and you did such an incredible job with this. I really applaud you, because you did a great job with it, and you expressed that so well, and that's what I seen in the video that was really attracted me to your talent, is that when you did this video, there was like mystery, mystique, and there was also this confident nature, and you know, you can almost look at the video in terms of a woman being maybe you know, like, I don't know if you would call it a headhunter, but, and that's not the word I'm looking for.
Yeah,
but you were so confident. It was like you were just like coming forward, and you can see that in your presence, in your eyes, and throughout the video. Now, what really impressed me earlier, you and I talked about the whole idea of you actually producing this video. Is that correct?
That is correct. This is my first attempt. Well, not my first, but definitely my biggest risk that I took into, you know, committing myself into doing this huge project that involved you know, 100 people, a lot of budget that came from my own pocket, everything that was involved in this, you know, creating the music, creating the video, was all my, you know, in my knowledge. Everything that I put in it was all the things that I've learned through my life, and definitely with help of my mom and my family, and, you know, friends, of course. But at the end of the day, this was a project that I wanted to take forward and do as best as I could, because I know that the level of competition out there is incredible. So I knew I had to, you know, risk it all. I had to put everything on the table and make it as big as I could, even though it was, you know, theoretically impossible. But, you know, miracles do happen, and if you believe in yourself, and if you put everything you've got and you trust yourself, and you do something that's right from the very beginning, then everything will make sense at the end, and it did, and it's one of my biggest my biggest thing that I've done because of that, because I took a big risk and I made it happen, and it was not only thanks to me, but it was thanks to my relationship with other people and the commitment of everybody, and definitely very happy with what I have, and I mean, I'm talking on and on about this, and if you haven't seen it, you should go and see it in YouTube. It's available in my YouTube, which is www.youtube.com/Tamara Official or Tamara Official, and or you can put in I talk to Italiano in the search, and you can find it, and you'll see what I'm talking about. That it's a big thing, and it's all in my production. So this is no Warner Brothers, no big company behind it. It's only me, a girl, that for sure, was brought up to be, with all that determination and force behind her that helped me to accomplish this for sure.
Yeah, exactly. And so now, well, there's a couple of things. First of all, this video is on the level of MTV material. I mean, it should be on MTV, and I think with the right backing, it probably could be or should be, and I think it would be. And now, and the other thing too is that you told me, I said, well, how come you don't have an album? Of a music album to put your music out there, and you go, well, I decided to produce this video instead.
Yeah,
and
I had exactly that. Yeah, I had worked hard for 3 years. I had made some money. I had some money in the bank, and I was ready to make my EP, what they call, a series of 4 to 3 songs. And what happened was I came into, a moment in my life where I said, well, it's all about videos now, so I should go ahead and just produce this amazing video, because I know I have a very good song, and it's going to be my first genre, first dance music intent to do this. So let's go all the way. So I did, and I ended up, it ended up costing me more than what I could afford for sure. And
well, how much did it cost you, Tamara? Go ahead. Tell us.
I don't want to freak anybody out. It was worth cost, it was up there, like a car, 2 cars probably by now, because it was, it's a whole lot of money to pay the people that were there, the venue, the space, the time, the mixing, the time in the studio, the dancers, the snakes, everything. So we're talking about, a couple of double-digit grand and all that.
Yeah. No, I understand, and that's okay. But so anyhow, and I want to still go one step further backwards, even more. How did you come up with the song? This song, I Talk to Italiano. What inspired you to do the song, and then eventually the video?
Okay, well, I initially had this idea when I have a lot of friends that are Italian, and I love the fact that I can, mix Italian, French, Spanish, English into my lyrics, and I love that idea, and I wanted to come up with a song that was all about mixing, languages. So one time I was talking to my friend who is coincidentally Italian, and I was like, I talk to Italiano, and this idea rang in my head for weeks and weeks and weeks, and then suddenly it came to me, the chorus, and from there on, the verses, and obviously this type of music is very, on point everywhere. It looks like it's the easiest type of music, the dance music. Club music is very specific, and you have to edit 100 times and make it so that everybody understands everybody can, it comes together in context. It's hip. It's cool. So I'm a good storyteller, and basically I just wanted to come up with a story that I could, make Italiano an object rather than a person, and that way I could make it. It sounds very. It sounds neat. It is a point, where it's like Italiano is a whole. It's a whole materialistic thing. It's more like, oh, it's a concept. So, I mean, it was rather easy to get the first idea of it, but then obviously in the editing room, in the recording studio, it flew pretty well at first, but then at the end we had to go back and make it as perfect as we could, because obviously this was my first
masterpiece
approach. No, my first approach to this type of music, and I always wanted to do something very upbeat and clubby. So I definitely had so much fun, and I could, make myself believe that I was this, femme fatale and diva and whatnot. And that's the fun part about creating, that you can be whatever you want and you can do whatever you want, because there's the canvas is, yours. For sure.
Absolutely. So now let me see if I can get this straight. First of all, this song is written after some guy that you were involved with or knew or were dealing with or whatever. And it's definitely not like a personal song. It's definitely, I have a very good friend that she would always say, I love Italians, and I have a lot of friends, girlfriends and all that say, I love Italians, and they're so, I don't know what, they're so mysterious, they're so, flirty, whatever. And so I wanted to make that topic. I wanted to talk about something different in a song. And that was a good topic for me because it had, a subject and had a lot of things to say about that. So it worked. Okay, and so the next part of this is that the Italiano is a character, not necessarily a person. Is that what I hear you saying?
Exactly. Italiano is more of a character. Like, he's a persona in which, women tend to fantasize about, Latin lovers, Italian men, French men. It's more like the platonic love, which means really that you're fantasizing a perfect man, rather. But it's all about the taking position of what really guys do in their songs, which is always saying, oh, this girl is so hot or whatever. Instead of saying that, I'm turning around the tables around, and I'm actually having a joke and saying oh, well, you guys are also
real hot.
You're also high. You're also objects. It's not a feminist song. It's just a joking song. It's like a shout out to all the Italians in the house and all the Latinos and whoever feels part of this song, because lyrically I involve a lot of people, and so it's just a feel good song about everybody loving the international Latin style, and I had a really good outcome from this, and people seem to like it, and people seem to say, yeah, I am Italian, or I love Italians, or I don't like Italians, but I like the song, so it's really it's what really all club songs are about, that it's a story, it's a different type of story, but it really is something that makes you want to dance and makes you want to shake it and sing whatever the lyrics are saying, because they're just catchy. You know what I mean?
Exactly. No, I do, because I've heard this song I don't know how many times, and I couldn't stop listening to it because I just loved it. I still do. I love it. It's just and I love the expression that you're presenting, and this confidence. And you're right. You're playing around. You're flirting, and you're turning the tables around and just being very coy and very playful and just really having a good time and enjoying what you're doing, and you're like this mysterious woman in like this yourself as a character. You're like this Italian woman yourself. You're a mysterious person. You come in initially at the beginning, and then you come through, and then you take over the floor. You literally take over, and you see who your man, and he's Italian, and you know exactly what you want, and you confront this guy. You say, hey, dude, what's up? I see you. I want to talk to you right now. What's up with that? And then you just take control over the whole conversation, and then you go from there. So, but it's a really awesome, just awesome song. I really do think it should be on MTV, and hopefully sometime in the near future you'll be able to get there. I think it's well done.
I aim for the best, and I aim to be ahead right on the spot, right where everybody else is is going. The big names are what they're doing and what they're trying to compete against, and so I think I did a very, very good job in compiling both visuals and audio together. And so I think that the visuals and audio work if you have like a great marriage between them, then you created something that people will want to watch and want to hear over and over again.
Exactly, and see, and that's it. There's a lot of video. Even videos, but songs that I listen. Yesterday I got handed three CDs so that I can air them on my music shows. Yeah, and that was in one day. And I get it's like that all the time for me. I get people that send me their videos, their music, and very, very seldom do I want to go back and listen to anything over again or watch anything over again, just because once is enough. But this song, this video, I can't get enough of. If I could put it on my wall and play it over and over again, I probably would do that. But that's besides the point. So, but it's just a really incredibly strong energy, very confident energy, very playful, very flirtatious, and a lot of passion and a lot of just like high energy. So it reminds me of that Broadway show, West Side Story. Like this is the update of West Side Story version. In one video. But it's awesome.
Right, and avant-garde. Well, that's certainly where I come from, and certainly I've used all the people that were before me, and the people that actually made who we are today, and I learn from them every day, and they're the people that I listen to and learn from, because we definitely come from somebody. Everybody does. So thank you so much for listening to that song. It is, it comes from a great place when you're not forced to do something, or when it comes from, the magical part of, writing, which is, you're in your zone, that something works, that it flows. And definitely that's why I am a songwriter, because I just love that. I just love creating a world and creating anthems and making stories and all that, and putting together with a equally great, music behind it, and at the end of the day, picture what the visuals are going to be. That's really important. And I'm constantly working in more music. This is not my only piece of music, but I decided to put, the risk in taking it to the next level for this song for sure, because I knew that this would touch people in many places and in many, ages and all that. So that's why, you take risks, and hopefully if you're patient and if everything comes in, if you do your job well, things will come back.
Absolutely.
Have to come back. Yeah.
And we will. And, people, the audience can listen for themselves. We're going to go ahead and play this right now. We're going to send out love, blessings, healing, angels of light and love to Tamara Rodriguez and all her family and friends, and to all the people, all the cast in this video, and all their family and friends. to all my family and friends, and to my car. I always got to send up blessings and healing to my car. And then to the President of the United States. Anybody else want to add to that? Tamara?
I'm sorry?
Anybody else you want to add to that?
Oh, no, let's play this. Let's make, I think we said enough. I think we're waiting for the song to play. So let's hit it.
We're going to send out love, blessings, healings, angels, life, and love to anybody else and everybody else in need. And then we're going to come back and talk to Tamara Rodriguez with I Talk to Italiano. Aloha. This is Andrew Aloha live at the Sedona School of Temple Arts with Tamara Rodriguez from live from Sedona. So anyhow, what you want to play that again?
This is
Tamara
Rodriguez calling from Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston, Massachusetts.
Italiano.
Awesome, awesome. Oh no, yeah, announce that again. Do that again. That was cool.
Okay. Mi nombre es Tamara Rodriguez, calling from Boston, Massachusetts. And what you just heard was my first single, I Talk to Italiano, available in iTunes, and the video is available to watch in YouTube. So please, if you like it, comment. If you like, buy. If you like, dance to it and have fun with it.
I love it. I love it. Awesome, awesome. And I tell you what, I have danced to it at least 2 or 3 times. I can tell you that for sure. I really enjoyed that song. Awesome. So anyhow, go ahead. I'm sorry. What did you say?
No, that it certainly was made, for dance, and I'm a big dancer, so I wanted to make something that, grooved and that you could dance and you could jump and you could feel the energy and that you could, sweat it out, sweat all the troubles out, for sure.
No, and it's a fun song. It's a really fun song, and it's so I don't know. In a way, it seems like it's cliche to an extent, but it's like making a satire of the cliches that exist out there. But it's really it's a fun song, and it's just really just awesome. It is. It's fun to dance to. It really is. Very cool. So I hope that someday you'll get it. People will put it on MTV and really get to listen to it, because I think they'll really enjoy it. But now we talked about this. Tamara. So what's the deal with the album thing? What's going on with that?
Well, like I said, the plan is to, I have all my songs in order, ready to be, produced and mastered and have fantastic, people, musicians on it and everything. But it's a slow process because the money I had for that, obviously I'm an independent artist, so independent artists have to, see it for themselves. And, it is a tough thing to do when you don't have a budget and you want to make something happen, because sadly, but at the same time not sadly, because it is good to, pay musicians, and there's a circle in life for sure. But I would love to have things go faster, in the sense that I could record and have them done and put my stuff there out as soon as I could, but it obviously takes more time because I'm an independent artist. I have to make money first, and then I have to, use that into, what I have to do and blah blah blah. But I mean, I've always been good with, doing my work, and I know that even though it's going to be a slow process, I know that, it's going to work out at the end, for sure.
Well, let me ask you this, Tamara. Are you looking for an agent? Are you looking for somebody to help co-produce or produce this album for you? What's on your agenda?
Right. Well, I've been in this business, since I was 15. I did a couple of shows back in Mexico and in Miami, and I mean, I was signed. I did the whole thing back then, and it was a great way to, to get started, and it really helps you, because an artist is an artist, and you don't have time to, do the whole managing artist and producing and do everything at the same time. So for now, I am open to anybody who really, really is passionate about what I do and what what I create. Obviously, if there's somebody there that wants to help me or wants to help out and is interested, everything's open, but for a very specific reason, and not for, just signing me and managing me. It's right now it would be for all the way helping and focusing on, creating my sound and into creating all the music and into CD and all the things that I do, put them together and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, independent artist, looking for agent, looking for company. So whoever is out there and likes what I do, give a shout out and get in contact with and we'll see if we can come up with something.
And how would they contact you, Tamara, if they wanted to get hold of you?
The best way would be either, like I said, Tamara Online is a great way to contact me, or through it has all the links. And if you want to go through Facebook, through YouTube, there's a bunch of sites that you could contact me. I take care of all those sites, so you could, if you're, sending information in any of those sites, I will get in contact with you. So that's the best way. For sure, the social network is a blessing to all of us living, far away from each other.
Awesome. So now, Tamara, let's take one more step back. Let's go back into memory lane. And now, first of all, where were you born and raised at?
I was born and raised in Monterrey, Mexico, 1990. So I'm 21.
Yeah.
Yes, Monterrey, Mexico. Born and raised.
Monterrey, Mexico. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you grew up there in Monterrey, Mexico?
I did. Born and raised.
So now the part that I want to get to, Tamara, is how did you get to Boston, Massachusetts, from Mexico to there?
Well, when I was 15, I was cast into my first television show, which was called Quinceanera, and that was recorded half of the time in Mexico, half of the time in Miami. And from there on, basically, I left the school I was in. I went to Mexico City and began to sing and being part of that, of the showbiz kind of a thing from that age. And then right after that, I was cast in another important reality show called Buscando la Nueva Latinidice, which was seen as well in the U.S. and in all Latin countries, and that had a big uproar, and we had a lot of following. And after that, it was, I was signed. I was in a 6-girl group band, and we recorded, and we had the whole, CD recorded, and basically 1 year after that, we were left to stand by. Nothing happened, and meanwhile, I was doing, a bunch of things on my own and finding that, that the internet, when it was becoming, the MySpace and all that, I really wanted to, make myself a very international person. So I wanted to connect with all parts of the world, and that's where I started to get, calls from Georgia, and they asked me to go sing in a festival, and I did a bunch of things in Mexico by myself. And in that period of time, I really wanted to go and have time to, really get a good sense of theory and music, and not just, have this experience in performing, but also wanting to have, the theory behind the music, and to be able to create what I was thinking into, something credible and into a language that musicians could understand. So I said, everybody told me, in my circle of friends, Berkeley is the best music, the best school for that. So I ended up applying and auditioning, and I ended up not only getting in, but getting a scholarship, which for me was, a huge deal, because I thought I was not going to be, able to do that because from what I did. So, anywho, that was 2 years ago, or almost 3 years ago, and from there on, I have lived in Boston, and I've been doing everything that is musically related, and I just started from zero again, and it's been an incredible journey, because not only have I, learned so much, but have also had a culture shock, and I also had, incredible international friends from all over the world that joined together in this music school, and that you could learn so much from them. And basically, doing everything that is, in what comes to being a performer, a producer, a songwriter, all those music terms I have tried to be in many ways.
Exactly. So, so you ended up at Boston, Massachusetts, and but that was one of the schools that you really wanted to be at, and why?
Well, that was the only school I applied to. I was not intending to apply to university because that was not in my schedule. I was, doing so many things. I was already signed. I was doing all that. I had a lot of things going on in Mexico. I was, acting, modeling, singing, doing a lot of stuff. And so in my schedule, it was not possible to take the time to actually go to university at that time. But because that happened in that way, and I felt that it was my time and my place to be responsible and to say, you know what, I need to be committed to what I do, and I need to have time to learn and to appreciate the arts and to be craftful and to be, give the time to really respect what I do and to learn and to grow as a musician. That's where I decided to come over here. And given the fact that it was the only place that I applied to and auditioned to, it was just a very fast process for me to, get into college.
Got it. So now, when you were a kid, did you play any instruments at all? I mean, I don't know what kind of socioeconomic status background you grew up in Mexico, but did you dance or sing or anything like that when you were like a little kid, 5, 10 years old or whatever?
Yeah, totally. I am very lucky to have two parents that work, very, very hard on what they do. And what I did since I was little, I danced all the way till now. And I've been dancing tap, jazz, ballet, hip-hop ever since I was little and almost to a professional level. And, that was what really brought me to music, and that was what allowed me to be. And
so when you're saying that you dance, you're saying that your parents put you in some kind of dance classes when you were a kid, when you're 5 years old, 6 years old?
Yeah. No, I started when I was 3, and my parents just have been the promoters of my whole artistic life and my whole, individual life. They have been behind me, supporting me, taking me to class, picking me up, helping me with whatever it was. And yeah, my mom always wanted to be a dancer herself, and she was a dancer for a long time, and she was a choreographer, and so I certainly got it from her. And I grew up in a very, fun house, and everybody would use, I was always asked to dance, and I would always put on shows for my family, and I was always, the entertainer of the family. So that was my role in life, and I knew it since I was very little. And I just thought I just used everything in, in the dance world, and then on I used it in school at music class, and then the chorus, and then right there to the big shows in television.
So, which led you to get involved in reality TV series, and one was aired there in Mexico, and one was aired here in the United States, or both?
Yeah, both of them were aired in the U.S. For the network. One of them was Telemundo, which is NBC, And the second one is Televisa, which here in the U.S. is Univision.
Univision, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Latin network.
exactly. Now, when that happened, after you got involved in those reality TV shows, were you approached by any agents at all to be represented, or how did that work for you?
For sure. After that, obviously, you get a lot of following, and you get a lot of, people behind you that want to help you out, that want to do things. And I did. I did get a lot of stuff after those reality shows. They were very, they were big in Mexico and in Latin America, and they got a lot of response from the public. And you get a lot of fans because people are watching television at their homes, and you become part of, lifestyle, the Sunday show kind of. So it's in also reality shows allow you to connect with people in other areas, because you have to be yourself, and literally is, you have to say everything who you are, and people would know everything about me. But obviously that's, a long time ago. And after that, you have the momentum, and if I would have stayed in Mexico, I would probably be doing telenovelas or all the acting gigs for sure, because right now in the industry in Mexico is basically acting and television. So that's why one of the decisions I made was, change what I had to do, because I really want to stay with music and to stick with the music for sure.
Awesome. So now, that was a long time ago. Come on, Tamara. How old are you right now?
21.
21. But you started the TV series, reality shows at 16. Is that correct? And then you did that for 2 years.
15.
Oh, 15. Oh,
15.
You started at 15.
Mhm.
I for somehow thought you started at 16, but and you did that for how long? 3 years for the reality TV shows.
Mhm.
Excuse me.
Yes, that was for 3 years.
3 years, and then from there you went straight to Boston. Is that how that worked?
Yes, there was like 6 months in between where I came back to Monterrey, my hometown, and had a lot of things. I was recording, I was doing a lot of, all around things and a lot of concerts, and I was trying to do my own thing by myself and trying to, clear out all the permissions from the contracts and all that. And then after that, I immediately went to Boston, where I currently reside.
Got it. And you're getting ready to graduate when? May?
May, correct. May 2012.
May you graduate, and then from there, what happens to Tamara Rodriguez after that?
Well, everything happens because it's just beginning. It's just the beginning of the, life of a professional, and I've never really stopped performing. It's just getting, to be more and more busy with everything, and certainly, I feel that I could do so many things, and that there's so many things to do in life, and I'm just gonna get ready to do all I can in, promoting my music, promoting, the people that I love and the music that I love, and just getting out there and saying what I have to say, and hopefully people will be influenced and attached and changed by this, or just touched by what I do, for sure.
So with their talents as an entertainer, you want to touch people in which way, Tamara?
Well, really touching people, it all depends in everybody's personality or everybody's persona, because you can touch people. For example, every song has a meaning for everybody in a different way. And it really is about touching people in a way that, once you feel you're touched, you feel you're connected. So that connecting yourself with me in any given way, it's not about touching yourself. It's touching people in a certain way. It's about touching people in a way that you feel connected with them. And so that's the target. So just connect with people and have that connection be from an emotional part of yourself, not more like materialistic. It's more of your organic, side of yourself.
So you're saying, if I hear you correctly, you're wanting to touch people in a way that allows their life to be improved, the quality of life to be improved, even if it is for a few minutes. Is that what we were talking about?
Or just a way for them to say, hey, I'm like you. I see you. I feel you. I know you're there. It's that humanity. It's that you're not alone type of thing for me. More than I want to help you out. It's more of it can touch people in every way. But what I want to do is really make people happy, make people feel things that remind them of good thoughts, of memories, of things that they want to remember, and hopefully by that I will be remembered in a good way.
Awesome. So I'm glad to hear you saying, and I don't know that in our conversations that we've talked at that level, at that depth, but I'm glad to hear and that you, and I think maybe that's why I decided I wanted to bring you on here, because I think even though you're because I mean a lot of people will say, well, I want to do this because I want to be famous and have all the glim and glamour, but all that stuff, all the egotistical stuff, but you want to touch people in terms of promoting unity of faith, unity of talents, unity of races, unity of sexes, unity, period. Is that what I hear you saying?
Yeah, exactly, because at the end of the day, we're all humans, and the world is changing so much, and there's so much, racism and so much hate, and it's just, music is the only way to say, hey, we're all the same. We all come from the same beats. We all come from the same rhythm, and so it's just that, but in in another era.
Awesome. So I tell you what, let's go like this. I gave you a list of the songs that I was able to upload on the switcher. Do you have that list with you there?
I do. Mhm.
So let's pick another song that you want to put out there, and let's do that, and send out some more love and blessings and healing to people right now.
Well, now that we're in the topic of giving and to reach out to people, I think Korima would be a great follow-up, because Korima really means to give and to receive at the same time. So it's actually you're giving and receiving, because once you give, you receive. So this is a song that was done in 6 different languages, and I got to do it in Spanish. And it was I did a video for this, so this was actually my first attempt to do a video, and I think it's a very nice video if you go and see it. It's very touching, and it just gives you a good feeling afterwards. So this is Korima. Darle de comer is also the other title for this song, which means feed the children.
And I really liked that facade, that presence, the intentions with that song. I watched that video a couple times, and it was really nicely done. I really enjoyed it. So let's send out love, blessings, healings, angels of light, and love to all the kids on the planet, and especially the ones that really need it, the ones that are in the hospitals and whatever else they're going through, and there's so much more going on in this day and age than even 10, 15, 20 years ago. There's so much information, so much just drama, all kinds of stuff going on, and I think every little bit can help them to get through this mess. And as astrologer, I don't know that we talked about it. I think we did. 2014 through 2016 are going to be very intense years on this planet, and but it's also going to be a time where great miracles can happen, and people like you, Tamara, are going to be in the middle and the throes of all that, helping those miracles happen. And I'm just like taking a step back and just looking at all this and just appreciating it all. So I think it's awesome. Go ahead and introduce the song, and then we'll go ahead and play it.
Okay, this is Corima, Darle de Comer, and this is Tamara Rodriguez and Andrew Aloha. Hope you like this song.
Sarita ha llegado tarde y aunque ella ha estado aquí, realmente no está presente y muy claro se nota ahí. No debería de sentir este dolor nunca más. Sarita trata de escuchar bien, es lo que más puede ser. Hay esperanza que la oiga hasta que haya algo de comer. En nuestra tierra de riquezas existe la guerra de hambre. Sus ojitos se abrirán, aumentaremos su opinión, le daremos más y más, le darse de atención y poder imaginar la infinidad. Solo con darle de comer, el niño aprenderá. Amor, apúrate, Sarita, le grita a su mamá que llegó tarde al trabajo y el dinero no se da. Pagó la renta y nos queda la luz. Ya no hay más. Sarita no ha perdido el hambre y no es la única. Hay cantidades en las mesas, será fácil de cambiar. En nuestra tierra de riquezas existe la guerra de hambre. Sus ojitos se abrirán, aumentaremos su opinión, le daremos más y más, crearse de atención y poder imaginar la infinidad. Solo con darle de comer, el niño aprenderá. Dorima, dorima, dorima. Dorima, 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 dorima.
Awesome. We have Tamara Rodriguez out of Boston, Massachusetts, and her masterpiece with I Talk to You Italiano, and the song that we just played is called Darle de Comer Corrima. Is that correct?
That is correct. That's great pronunciation.
Awesome. Now, and and maybe you did briefly explain, but just in case, explain to us what this song is all about again.
This song was a message sent to all the children, and specifically to everybody, because it is more of feeding the children, yes, but in a way that you are giving to them not only food, but also love and, everything a child needs. So it's more of, feeding the children love by, taking care of them and inspiring them and giving them all the nutrients they need to grow up and be good citizens and be good people, because they are our future and they are what our world is going to be, in the future. So that is extremely important to take account of.
Absolutely. And without a future, without kids, then there's no tomorrow. Absolutely, without a doubt. And we have to take care of our kids. We have to feed them. We have to teach them right action, right conduct, right relationship, and how to get along, and how to truly appreciate each other's differences, no matter what they are.
Mm-hmm.
So absolutely. So now earlier we had talked about your upgrowing, and somehow you did the I Talk to You Italiano instead of doing an album, and whether that made set you back or not is a whole different ballgame. But I mean, to me, it's a masterpiece. This video, and I think I told you earlier, if this is any indication of what's going to be happening, what your future is going to look like, you're going to have some incredible work that you're going to be putting out there. So I guess maybe my next question is are you planning to do music videos? Are you planning to do musicals? I mean, what's the future look like for Tamara?
Yes, for sure. Well, this is what I am to do, go about it in a way that is logical and that makes sense to, my resources, but at the same time make everything I do better than the last thing I do. So for now, if my couple of songs that I'm working on, if I'm going to make something, it's probably going to be something that is either more logic to what I have, resource-wise and income-wise, but at the same time, that doesn't mean it's not going to have the same value as Italiano, because the value is given by the amount of, craft and time you put into something. So for sure, it will be something that I will try to make as, unique and, how could I say this, perfect in not a perfect way, in my way, something that identifies with myself and that I can say this is just a better way of getting my music out there that will, I'm going all around, but what I want to say is that I'm definitely going to bring more music, and it will definitely be better than what I've accomplished thus far, because that's what I aim to do. I aim to be better every day, and I aim to, never stay in my comfort zone, reach out, do all that I can do in the best way I can, and stay with that constantly, and doing that for the rest of my period as a performer, for sure.
Well, so now, I tell you what, Tamara. First of all, when in fact, I just got done going to a movie festival here, the Sedona International Film Festival, and some of the artists that are here, that were here, some of the writers, and some of the things that have worked with on people or with people, were just in the creative process of just in their expression. And many of the people that I come across that do incredible work, and I think it's safe to say that you're in that category, and maybe there's a different understanding than I have in terms of what I'm talking about, but that you may have. But when people go into the creative process, what happens is they're like channels. They're like these instruments. And the universe comes through and expresses through them, and many of these people are very, first of all, very humble and grateful for that expression to come through. That they are the chosen ones, or that they were opening up to allow that expression to come through from the universe to express all kinds of different things, all kinds of information, all kinds of messages that will allow us to get to our next step. That will allow us to get to the next level of humanity, of our society, and whatever else. And artists typically are the first groups of people that bring in the new age, the new era, the new fads, the new way of life. I mean, they're typically, artists are the ones that initiate that process, and eventually the rest of the world catches up, and those changes are implemented and applied and somehow processed through one way or another. And what happens is these artists, many of the great artists that I understand and know or work with or whatever, many of them are what they do is simply share their talents, their skills, their information, their processes with humanity, and they're very grateful of that, to be able to do that and be allowed to do that. And I feel like that's where you're coming from. To me, that's what it seems like. And so and whatever happens to that information afterwards, that's for humanity to decide. But somewhere usually in the works, and many of the great masters generally are remembered because of that, and because all they were doing is just sharing themselves, a little bit of themselves, and just putting it out there for people to absorb, to learn from, to understand from, to derive from, or whatever. Does that make sense to you?
Mhm. Totally.
So, and so I'm thankful. I thank you for sharing your talents, and I do. I think you have a lot to offer humanity, and I think we haven't seen the last of you, without a doubt. And now I do want to ask, if with money, everything set to the side, what is it that Tamara Rodriguez really wants to do in life? What are your greatest ambitions, aspirations?
Well, obviously, for me as a performer, be on the best stages with the biggest audience, so I can share, love to a bigger crowd of people. And to get to that point, you really have to, first of all, become yourself as an artist, get a whole bunch of songs together and make them part of yourself, and make people recognize the songs as they would recognize you, and create this entity that would make yourself, music, image, dance, branding, all that into a huge thing that could allow me to, become who I want to be in stage and in the world, and give me, the ability to be in big arenas and travel the world and be known and be appreciated for what I do, for sure.
Awesome. And let me ask you this: Do you want to have kids? Do you want to settle down eventually? or how's that part of the program going for you?
Well, I am 21, so anything. I mean, my goal in life is to, do what I have to do to become somebody that will be inspiring and timeless in life, but as well, I think the biggest gift is to leave behind your children.
Legacy?
Children are going to be ultimately, it's like leaving your legacy. So, yeah, I do believe in that, and I do obviously love the idea of marriage and all that, but I take it step by step, and I think, I don't know, for now, focusing on who I am and discovering, everything that I want to discover for myself first, and then I'll plan my future afterwards, for sure.
Awesome. So, do you want to do movies?
Yeah, I mean, I've done a lot of acting, and not a lot, but I've done acting, and I enjoy it, and I want to see myself as a well-rounded, performer that could act, dance, and sing, and that's why I love musical theater, and that's why I would love to do musical theater in my future, which I'm doing right now. And I mean, yeah, anything that opens up, I'm ready for it, and that's one of the reasons I've been able to do so many things is that I'm not closed for anything. I'm open for anything that could be art and that could be expression, because that's what I want to do always. I want to express, and I want to be creative and do things that will encourage me and make me a better artist, because they're all tied together, really, at the end.
Got it. Now, and you said earlier your mother was in the entertainment business, and I mean, did she do pretty well? And what about your father as well?
No, my mother was definitely not in the entertainment business. She always wanted to be a dancer, and she was very, very smart, and she was valedictorian and everything in her college, and she had an art historian degree as well as economy. And my dad is an engineer, and so my mom always wanted to dance, and she always had the knack for it, and she was always really good at it, and she always had a lot of energy. So when she got married, she decided she wanted to do, she was a teacher, but she also wanted to. Everybody asked her, can you please choreograph this and choreograph that? And soon after, she became, the first aerobic teacher, because it was back in the 80s.
Oh, really?
So
really?
She
Interesting.
Aerobic teacher, and she was really, really well known. She was top of the chain in relation to, the hip place for dancing, Monterrey. So I grew up with all the leotards and the funky music and the funky life. And she was a choreographer as well, and she did a lot of choreography for big things, and very creative always, and artist in her core. But my dad, nothing of that kind, but as well, he's always very positive and has always given me the means and the encouragement to do whatever I want, but to do it in the best way I can.
So you've always been really well supported by your parents, and I guess your family and friends. And your parents they still live in Mexico? They're still together?
Yes, they're together. They are right now. Hopefully you're listening right now. So a big shout out to my parents. And they have, we speak every day, almost like 3 times a day, because we can't get enough of each other. And we're a big, tired family, obviously different, but I'm very blessed to have them, and I owe everything to them, for sure. That's
awesome.
why.
And they still live in Mexico. Is that what I hear you saying?
Yeah, they're still there. They're still living in Mexico. They visit me, once a year, or I visit them. Hopefully, when I'm not that busy, or when I can actually, have the time to take a trip over there. But yeah, it's not a whole lot of distance, but it's because we're connected, through so many ways now. But it is home away from home for the moment.
Well, that's great. That's great that your parents are supportive, and they're both well-educated people. I hear you saying as well, and that makes all the difference in the world for your well-being, for your development, your expansion, your growth, your future. And I think that's I applaud them. I applaud them for being so supportive of your efforts, and I appreciate that. I'm grateful for that. So let's pick another song. We got about 9 minutes. Let's pick one more song, and we're going to send out love, blessings, healing, angels, and light, love to your parents with this song.
Great. Well, how about we do?
Your guess is my command. That's all I got to say. Oh, I can barely hear you. Sorry. What's that?
My mom's favorite song is Ave Maria. So how about we go with that? Now that we're
Ave, that's perfect. I can live with that. Okay, so let's do that. Go ahead and put it out there, and then we'll go ahead and throw it on.
So this is my rendition of Ave Maria by Schubert. I hope you like it, and please stay tuned for more.
Wow, that was awesome, incredibly awesome. Well, let me ask you this: were you in any choirs growing up at all?
Yes, I was in my school choir, and I did have initial classical training for my
Nice.
my childhood years, and so I grew up hearing, Barbara Streisand, Maria Callas, and I really had a very big classical influence when I was little. So that really dictated, what my soprano sound, my sound, and my resonance probably also connected to what I heard when I was little. Everything, because really what we are as singers is we're trying to at first imitate and then innovate. So you have to always go back and say, who did I listen to when I was little? And that's who you're most likely to sound like when you're growing up.
Your biggest influence in what your style is, absolutely. So we only got about a couple of minutes, and is there anything else that we've left out that we haven't talked about that you want to put out there, Tamara?
Well, the only thing would be to remind everybody that I do have Italiano on sale in iTunes, and that would be a great help for me as a independent artist, to be, helped by purchasing my song or just looking at it in YouTube for sure. I am actually right now a finalist in the International Songwriting Competition, which is going on. And it's a great honor because it was 16,000 people that sent their stuff, and I got finalists. And my competitors are amazing. They're all, very, very fulfilled and with long careers. And so certainly I would appreciate to have everybody who knows about the International Song Competition or just go into the ISC.com and go to the link of the finalists and people's votes and vote for me, which is the category of
90 seconds
music video.
Awesome. Yeah, if you send me that information, maybe I'll put it out there so people can vote for you and go from there. And do you have any concerts coming up anytime soon that you'll be doing up in Boston or nearby or somewhere?
Yes,
as well?
This Thursday, I will be performing Lena Horne tribute in the oh dear. Okay, I will
60
be performing.
seconds.
Let me remember where it was. Okay. I'm performing Lena Horne tribute, and it's an amazing band, an amazing show. It's going to be right in the NSA stage, which is the garden stage. So if anybody in the area of Massachusetts would want to see, a very good show all about Lena Horne, please come to the show. I think I know it's sold out, but you could probably get tickets, even though we will be doing that hopefully twice more.
10 seconds.
So that's all I wanted to say. But I thank you so much for this opportunity and for really, really helping me out and giving me a stage in your show. So I give you the best, and thank you so much for inviting me and for this great invitation. And I hope all of you listening out there felt a little inspiration and had a little bit of, a fun time hearing all I had to say, which was a lot. But at the end of the day, I hope you enjoy the music.
I'm sure we can go on for hours, I'm sure. But I want to thank you, Tamara, for stopping by. Tamara Rodriguez out of Boston, Massachusetts. I want to thank you for taking some time out of your busy schedule to share with us here. And I wish you the best, and God bless your projects, all your projects that you're going to embark upon. And I'm sure that we'll be hearing back from you sometime soon. Or definitely come stop back by sometime when you get a chance, and let us know how you're doing. And good luck. Good luck with all of it.
Definitely. Thank you. Likewise, and I hope everything goes well in life for sure.
All right. Thanks. Thank all of you for stopping by. Have a God-Goddess weekend, or week, I guess. Be the love that you are, always have been, and always will be. Aloha.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.